Ubisoft just suffered one of the biggest security breaches in gaming history. Hackers targeted Rainbow Six Siege by giving players billions of dollars worth of in-game currency, then used that as a distraction to steal the source code for almost every Ubisoft game ever made. Is this true or is this misinformation? What is up, ladies and gentlemen, I am Pino and welcome back to my corner, guys. Today I've got some huge news regarding Ubisoft because, as you heard in the intro, we're breaking down a major hack that reportedly happened just a couple of nights ago. That said, a lot of the information circulating right now could be inaccurate or exaggerated, so in this video we'll separate what seems to be true from what might be misinformation. Now, Ubisoft in recent years went from being a beloved company to one of, if not the most hated gaming companies of all time, mainly because of their infamous quote to get comfortable not owning any games. In his words, millions of users have flocked to Ubisoft's cloud-based streaming service since it launched, and there are expectations that the number of users adopting these subscription-based models will swell as time goes on. He stressed that gamers should get comfortable with these services, and that despite some users still clinging to physical games, a consumer shift needs to happen. Unsurprisingly, that statement made things even worse. For many players, it confirmed the feeling that Ubisoft is out of touch and more focused on control and monetization rather than on players' choice. There's also a survey showing that Ubisoft is considered the most hated gaming brand in many countries. Yeah, no, I will not be told by publishers to get comfortable with not owning my games. I will always buy physical, and if Ubisoft stop publishing physically, then I will stop buying Ubisoft games. It's that simple. There are millions of people who still prefer physical releases. And this was pretty much the response from pretty much everybody to this statement. And the funniest part, at least in my opinion, is that they also stated that when they decide to shut a game down, players are expected to uninstall it and even destroy any physical copies they own. I have no idea how they even thought that people would be okay with this. But I am getting sidetracked. The real reason you clicked on this video is to hear about the hack, about the situation Ubisoft has recently found themselves in, which frankly is pretty bad for them. The player base, on the other hand, hasn't exactly been sympathetic. In fact, a lot of people seem almost happy about it, mocking Ubisoft and saying they're finally getting a taste of their own medicine. Ubisoft just learned how to be comfortable not owning their games. Did you hear the tragedy of Ubisoft the Greedy? No. They told their fans to get comfortable not owning games. What happened to them? They got hacked and their source codes stolen. Ironic. People are celebrating the Ubisoft drama like when Bin Laden died. Damn, y'all hate this company. I'll get back to the hacking situation in just a second, but before that I want to quickly mention the fact that I am currently going for 1k, and that if you're enjoying this video, please consider checking out my channel and subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. Okay, so the attack allegedly started with the hackers that we will see in just a moment, who are actually multiple groups, targeting Rainbow Six Siege. Breaking: Ubisoft Rainbow Six Siege servers have been breached. Players are reporting massive amounts of R6 credits, renown, alpha packs, and exclusive items unexpectedly. I remember when this first happened, my friends texted me about it and I honestly thought they were trolling me, but it turned out to be real. Players woke up to find exclusive developer-only items in their accounts, along with huge amounts of R6 credits and renown. It was absolute chaos. Numerous accounts, even Ubisoft, including streamers and possibly official ones, have received random or false bans, some later reversed. Ubisoft has not issued an official statement, but sources suggest servers are undergoing maintenance or restarts. This appears to be an active exploit or breach. Avoid logging in until confirmed safe by Ubisoft. As you can see in the images attached to the tweet, these are where the messages players received during matches, people getting banned left and right, and then at the end, we are stopping this for now. Have a nice night, everyone at Ubisoft. The hackers reportedly gifted a total of 339,960 billion worth of in-game currency, which is absolutely wild. And yeah, at the time of making this video, Ubisoft is already fixing the problem. The servers have been down for a while and rollbacks are currently ongoing. This was their first response to the whole situation. We're aware of an incident currently affecting Rainbow Six Siege. Our teams are working on a resolution. We will share further updates once available. Um, Incident is kind of an understatement considering the whole game's backend has been compromised. They then updated the situation saying that the Rainbow Six Siege marketplace has been shut down for obvious reasons, and then in the end said, nobody will be banned for spending credits received. Our rollback of all transactions that occurred since 11 AM is underway. The ban ticker was turned off in a past update, any messages seen were not triggered by us. An official R6 Shield Guard ban wave did occur, but is not related to this incident. We are working very hard to make sure this is resolved and players can play again. At that point, it seemed like the situation was coming to an end, that Ubisoft would fix the issue and things would slowly return to normal, but that wasn't the whole story. According to reports, this chaos was just a distraction from the hackers' real objective. Sources claim that the hacker groups also managed to steal source code for a huge portion of Ubisoft's games, spanning from the 1990s to today. In total, this allegedly amounts to nearly 1 terabyte of data, which they are now holding for ransom. According to other hacker groups, Ubisoft suffered a massive breach with some 900 gigabytes of data compromised. The data including source code, internal tools, and development materials for Ubisoft's upcoming and previous games, via insider gaming. This whole situation honestly feels like something out of a movie. It's crazy. Seeing a company as big as Ubisoft get hit like this is wild. And when you look at how poorly things have been going for them lately, especially with big games underperforming after massive investments like Star Wars Outlaws, it really feels like they're at a critical moment. It almost seems like Ubisoft is entering their last days, which is sad, considering how popular and respected they once were. Apparently, there were multiple groups working on this. The first group accessed user accounts and granted all players with Rainbow Six accounts 30 million in-game currency. Ubisoft is reportedly planning to reverse this, and as I already said, they have pretty much already resolved this part of the problem. The second group accessed the servers and game code, banning as many players as possible. The third group claimed that they had stolen all the information from Ubisoft clients and other internal data, threatening to release it if Ubisoft did not pay a ransom. However, Ubisoft sources confirmed that hackers did not gain access to customers' personal data, such as passwords or bank details. The fourth group claims to have accessed to Ubisoft's source code and parts of its multiplayer games for a brief period, just long enough to obtain sensitive information. This claim has not yet been confirmed. As I mentioned in the intro, none of this information is 100% confirmed yet, and there is still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the situation. If these claims do turn out to be true, it could be extremely serious for Ubisoft. For now, though, we'll have to wait and see how things develop over the next few days. Hackers reportedly confirmed they had a two-hour backup file before the attack, meaning everything will be reverted to its state from 2 hours prior. The Rainbow Six hack was allegedly used as a Trojan horse, serving as a distraction, while the attackers attempted to access servers and steal source code from several games. The alleged hacker group responsible is demanding on Telegram that if Ubisoft does not contact them with a business proposal in the immediate future, they will choose which classified information to leak to the public. This whole situation is obviously terrible for Ubisoft, and I want to say this again. Not everything I've talked about here is 100% confirmed, so we'll have to see how things develop. If any of this turns out to be wrong, I'll make a follow-up video to correct it. That said, if these reports do end up being true, this could be a massive blow for Ubisoft, something that's generally hard to come back from. It feels like a huge ship taking on water. Part of me is honestly sad to see this happen because Ubisoft as I said many times in this video, because Ubisoft was once a company a lot of people loved and respected. But at the same time, given how they've handled their games and the statements they've made over the years, it's clear that the responsibility for change doesn't lie with the players. It lies with Ubisoft themselves.